If you're writing Me Too reviews on products that you've never actually seen in person, then you are putting your business in a lot of danger. Today I'm going to be talking about a question I got from one of my viewers who asked how he could be genuine and give real reviews when Amazon doesn't even deliver to the country he lives in. Well, if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to give you lots of ideas of how you can get around this and even a top tip for how you can make a YouTube channel totally passive for the next 6 months. So don't go anywhere. Hello YouTube, and a very special hello to all my subscribers. My name's Phil and welcome to my channel where I document my journey as a Project 24 member building an online income. So if this is something you're trying to do yourself, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also give me a like because it really helps me out. And I just produce every single week videos about my journey, so if that's something you're interested in, then don't forget to watch them. So I've been talking to one of my viewers, Badger D. He's been sending me a couple of emails and we've been talking back and forth. If you've got any questions, you can also send me an email. You can check in the description and get the email address there. And he was basically saying he also lives in Taiwan, where I'm based, and the biggest problem he's got is for every single niche he can think of, he's like, how can I get a product delivered? Because Amazon don't always deliver the products, especially outside the United States. And he's really worried because he has all these really good ideas for niches, but he just can't get over this barrier of how can I be genuine and actually review things that I can hold up on camera or show pictures of myself on my blog. Well, I've come across this problem as well because, as I said, I live in Taiwan and it's not always easy to get products delivered from Amazon.com. And of course, if we're reviewing products, we want to be genuine. So the first thing I said to Badger D was, sometimes it's okay to tell the truth. He was given the example of a gardening niche. And I said, sometimes it's okay to say to someone, okay, I live here, but you can do this in your country. You can do it, you can do it this way. You can be genuine by actually telling the truth. That's absolutely fine. But sometimes you do need to show that you're doing what you say you do. So it's important to get the products that you're recommending. That way you can build up some affiliate sales. So the first thing I said to him was, in our case for Taiwan, a lot of vendors on Amazon.com do actually they ship it outside the country. It's not for all vendors and you have to look through it. So a good tip here is if you're using a desktop, if you go onto Amazon and you type in the product that you want and then you press Control F, especially for Windows users. If you're using a Mac, there's an equivalent, but I don't know what it is. I've never used a Mac in my life. So you Control F and that will bring up a search bar. If you type in your country, for example, Taiwan, then it will highlight every single vendor that ships to Taiwan. Now, what you do need to do is to change the delivery address, which is in the top left-hand corner of Amazon.com, and it will show you which vendors ship to your country. So that's a really good tip, and you can get straight to the vendors and you can choose the right product that you can actually then go on and review. So you can get lots of pictures of yourself with the product and even do an unboxing video if that's something that you want to do for your YouTube channel. Another thing that I've noticed is with Amazon, there's a lot of drop shippers that operate on this platform. If you don't know what drop shipping is, it's basically you advertise a product and when the customer buys the product, you don't actually send it out yourself, you buy it from a vendor and they send it directly to the customer. So Amazon have their own sort of drop shipping service, it's called FBA, and basically what people do is they source these items from elsewhere. So one of the biggest vendors or biggest places to find products to drop ship on Amazon is called AliExpress. It's a similar company to Alibaba, but the main difference is Alibaba you have to buy in bulk, whereas AliExpress you can buy like single units of that product. So what I found is, especially living in this part of the world, in Asia, that AliExpress will deliver more items to you than Amazon will. So often you can find exactly the same product on AliExpress. It may take sort of anywhere between 20 days to 40 days to arrive. It's a long wait, but you can still find the same products and often they're cheaper. even with delivery. So you can still give a review of exactly the same product that's sold on Amazon, but you just find it from another place. That also happens with a lot of other sort of platforms and vendors on the internet. So if you just search, you can find other places to buy the same products other than Amazon, and then you're still being genuine, you're still doing a review of the same product, it's just you've got it from a different place. Okay, if those two options don't work for you, if you can't get the product delivered from Amazon, you can't get it delivered from another place, then the other thing to do is, if you're an expat like I am, you probably have friends or family back in, for me it would be the UK, but Badger D, he's American, so he has friends and family back in the States. So what you can do is get those products shipped to your friends or family. So as long as you trust them and they're okay with receiving goods and stuff like that. So what you can do, there's two options here. If you're going down the route where you just need some real photos and not these stock images, then you can just ask your friends or your family to take pictures of that product, and then you can always just return it to Amazon. Or if you have a YouTube channel and you're going down the route where you don't actually show your face, you just do a voiceover, you can ask your friends or your family members to actually film an unboxing. You can also get them to film them using the product, whatever it might be, and then they can send you that footage and you just do your voiceover. So in this way, although you're not actually handling the product yourself, you are doing something other than a Me Too sort of review, because you have bought it, somebody's played around with it, and they found what works, what doesn't work, and you've got some unique images or some unique footage of someone using the product. However, if you really do need to be seen with the product, or you actually do want to use it because that will inform you and inform your blog a little bit better, because obviously someone who's used something compared to someone who hasn't has a different perspective. If that's the case for you, then what you can do is get a lot of things delivered to friends or family and then get them shipped out. So in my case, living in Taiwan, one of the best ways to do this is to ship it by sea. It does take several weeks, it can even take several months, but if you have enough items, then you can buy up a certain amount of space in a cargo container, and then it's sent through and you pick it up at the port, or sometimes you can even get it delivered to your front door. So this really does work if you've got time to wait, and if you have someone in, say, the States or the UK or wherever, where Amazon actually do deliver the products. So it's a really good way to get your hands on things. Of course, it's going to cost a little bit more money, but you've got to see this as an investment, because 99% of your competitors are not doing this. They're just going onto Amazon, they're reading the reviews of other people, and they're not really adding any value. So another kind of thing I said to Badger D was about, we were talking about stock images. Now I've got a couple of niches where it's not so much the product that I'm worried about, it's getting unique pictures, not just relying on stock images, because sometimes there's queries that I'm writing a post about where it's quite sort of, it's niche in a way, and you go into stock images like Canva and stuff like that, or Upsplash or whatever you're using, and you just can't find the right image. So I've been toying with this idea. Now what I think could work is going onto Fiverr and actually paying someone to go out and take the pictures. So let's say you are writing a travel niche and you need a picture of, I don't know, Washington DC. So you find someone on Fiverr who lives in Washington DC, and then you ask them to go take some unique pictures of the landmarks or particular restaurants or particular activities that tourists might want to do if they're visiting that city. And a good way to kind of make sure they don't just get them off Google and actually give you images that you're not allowed to use, you can ask them to do a selfie in front of it, and every so often they have to show that they are in the place they're taking a picture for. So obviously you probably charge this by pictures, pay for those selfies, but that would be your proof that you're using unique images and you're not going to get into trouble with Google and be penalized for that. So this is an idea that I've been toying around with, and I'm actually going to set this up for myself for one of my niches, because I'm kind of running out of stock images that I found through Canva. So that is another way that you can get unique stock images. In an extreme case, if you found someone that you could actually work with and trust, if you didn't have friends or family in the States, possibly you could use this. So another good option is if you were a member of Project 24, we're quite a friendly bunch, and I'm sure that if you went into the community, then you could find someone that you could work with. You could send the products to them and they would be happy to either ship them on for you or to do some filming for you. You know, you might have to agree a price for that, but anything's possible if you think outside the box, and also if you have some money that you can throw at it. So if you don't know what Project 24 is, it's a course that's been set up by Jim Harmer and Ricky Kessler over at Income School, and I'm a member, and it's the kind of process that I'm going through. I've been going through it for the last 9 months, and I really could not recommend it more. It's great. It has lots of different courses on all different aspects of earning money online. There's also a great community where you can ask questions and get almost instantaneous answers to any issue that you might have. If you're interested in finding out a little bit more about this, then check out the link in the description, and it will take you to a webinar, and it sort of tells you everything about Income School and Project 24. Just be aware that it is an affiliate link, so if you do happen to buy through my link, I do get a commission, but that's great for me and it really helps me out. So thank you for your support. Another idea that I had for Badger D concerning YouTube, because he's quite worried about how he could have a genuine YouTube channel and review products and not come across as a Me Too content creator. So this idea really comes from Jim and Ricky. They were talking on the Project 24 podcast a week or 2 weeks ago about this idea of how you can turn YouTube into a passive source of income and make the process passive in itself. Now, the idea that they said was to do with batching out videos. Now, I'm sure if you've watched any how-to YouTube channels and how to create a YouTube channel, what to do, you've heard of batch filming. But they weren't talking about doing 2 or 3 videos. They were saying to film 6 months of videos and just batch it and then edit it and then just upload it. And so for 6 months of the year, you don't have to do anything. You do the initial work to begin with, and then for the following 6 months, YouTube just takes care of it and it's all scheduled. Now, this would really work for Badger D and for me, because, for example, if I flew back to the UK and I had all these products that had been delivered to my parents' house, for example, I could spend a couple of weeks and knock out something like 24 videos if I had a YouTube channel where it's 1 video per week, or 48 if it was 2 videos per week. I could batch film those. I could bring the footage back with me to Taiwan. I could edit it up. I could schedule it out, and then I would have 6 months of videos. And if I did that twice a year, obviously it costs money to go back and get a plane ticket back to the UK, but that would be money well spent. I get to see my family. I also get to show myself in a real life situation using products, or doing an activity that I can only do in the UK, or you can only do in the United States. So this is a really interesting idea, and I think this could really work for Badger D, because if he went back to the United States for a couple of weeks, he could definitely his idea was gardening. He could get into his parents' backyard, or he could go walking around a garden centre, and he could batch out those videos, and he would come across as a genuine content creator who's doing the thing that he's talking about. So if you felt stuck because you keep coming up with niches where you feel like you can't get products delivered to your door, hopefully these ideas have helped you. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and also give me a like if you found this video useful, and I will see you guys next week.